Welcome to our Proactive Studios. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by the President and CEO of Canuc Resources, Chris Burlett. Chris, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Natalie. It's great to be here.
Wonderful. And since this is our first chat together, I want to introduce you to our investor community. Where is the company focusing its junior resource efforts right now?
Canuc has some natural gas wells in West Texas, USA, but our principal focus is on the San Javier Silver Project east of Hermosillo in the state of Sonora, Mexico. It's about an hour and a half east of the capital, Hermosillo. It's a past-producing silver district, and we've been there since about 2009, and started to accumulate claims in a trend. So our principal asset there was an underground past-producing silver mine. We visited in 2009, and at that time we were taken there by a mining engineer. He showed us reports written by geologists from both Hecla Mining Company and Endeavor that had been written to their board recommending purchase of the property. The boards in both instances rejected that because they determined that even though it was a high-grade silver mine with very compelling characteristics, it would take too long to accumulate enough of the claims in the trend to establish a property of size and merit that would that they'd be able to develop. So, but that presented opportunity for us as a private company initially, and then ultimately we brought it to the public company. With at that time in 2016, we did an RTO. We had 17 claims accumulated along this trend, and today we have 27 claims there. So that's how we started there. In 2020, two other companies came to the area, much larger companies, Cisco Development and Barksdale Resources, one to the east of us and one to the west of us in terms of claim area. And there's been a lot of copper and gold found there. There's gold being mined there currently, and we're somewhat offset from that system with a preponderance of silver in the geology that we have. So that 2020 was a very good year for us, or it certainly added a tremendous dynamic to the area with the advent of those two companies coming to the area. But also we found a report that had been written by the head of economic geology at the Colorado School of Mines in 2006. His name was Dr. Murray Hitzman, and he had been visiting the property to the west of us in 2006, and had stated that his assessment was that this could be an IOCG type deposit. These are very large, valuable deposits, but that the key missing ingredient, according to him, was magnetite. He said, when you find magnetite, you will find you could find the core of a IOCG type system, and they didn't. He obviously didn't identify any magnetite at that time. He said it could be north, northeast, or southwest from where he was standing at that time. In the event, we also found magnetite, massive magnetite in 2020, and it was in fact northeast of where he had been standing, about 1.5 kilometers. That magnetite contained silver, very high grades of silver. So all of these characteristics start to come together, and the analogy, the assessment there was that it could be IOCG type deposit with a silver matrix, and so that's what we've been pursuing. The potential there is for a very, very high grade, substantial size economic mineral deposit. Preponderance of silver in the system. There's copper and gold. There's a lot written about IOCG type deposits, and magnetite is a core component of them. So those are the characteristics that have transpired, I guess, since we first got involved. And in 2023, we'll be looking to further our exploration, ultimately drill some of the anomalies that we have there.
Fabulous. So we're looking forward to actually drilling some holes this year. But you'd mentioned something that I wanted to ask. I'm sure our investors would be curious to know, with all this going on and the potential in San Javier, how is the company also diversified into natural gas?
Okay, around 2011, we acquired some natural gas assets in West Texas, about 1.5 hours west of Dallas, near Abilene, and we actually had a near surface gas discovery there. We were participants in. So today we have 8 producing wells there, and there's multiple hydrocarbon zones in each of these wells. So we've been producing gas successfully for 8 years. Low decline rates, long life. There are oil zones behind pipe above the current productive zones that we have, and then further gas zones above that. So we envisage remaining there for quite a significant period of time, generating enough cash to cover our corporate expenses and help us to minimize unnecessary dilution, which is a kind of a trap for junior companies. It costs about $250,000 a year to run a public company, so we cover that at least with our natural gas cash flows, and we're also augmenting that. We anticipating bringing some further cash flow projects in Canada. Our objective ultimately in this with these endeavors is to minimize unnecessary shareholder dilution. So with the advent of a significant silver discovery at San Javier, we can have a material correction in share price. That's our objective. Yeah.
Wow, it really does sound like exciting times for you over at Canuc Resources. Thank you for stopping by, Chris.
Okay, thank you very much, Natalie.
Again, the president and CEO of Canuc Resources, Chris Burlett.